What the hell are you doing? Put that weapon down.
Just as the man pulled the trigger, the gun did not fire. The reason William dared to point a gun at a senior official inside the White House was simple. He wanted to clear his name. As an elite Special Forces soldier, William has a habit of replacing the firing pin with a shorter one every time he maintains his weapon. Other than William himself, even professional equipment would have a hard time detecting it. And that habit proved one thing: he could not have been the assassin who tried to kill the president. The clues he found all pointed to the colonel sitting beside him. But the colonel didn't seem worried at all. He was confident that he had erased every trace. Unexpectedly, someone suddenly took out a set of photos. The images clearly recorded the crimes the colonel had committed in Africa. But even with such solid evidence in front of him, the colonel stayed calm. Even the chief prosecutor was shocked by his madness. But this was not an international court. With these photos alone, they could not bring him to justice. They could only watch helplessly as he arrogantly walked away in front of everyone. Since the legal path did not work, the prosecutor gave a secret order.
For the record, I don't like the way this turned out any more than you do. But this is the world we live in. And justice does not always prevail.
It turned out William had been framed because the colonel had come to him earlier. He brought the Medal of Honor, the highest honor in the country, along with a mission William could not easily refuse. Through intercepted encrypted communications, they had learned that someone was planning an assassination from 3,000 meters away. Facing a sniper of that level, they needed William back in action so he could predict where the assassin might appear. But William had already lost trust in them and had no intention of returning to the battlefield. The colonel, however, came prepared. He used William's sense of duty and responsibility as a soldier to inspire his patriotism. Before the colonel left, William secretly took a photo of the vehicle's engine number. That cautious move would later become a key piece of evidence. After returning from retirement, William took out his sniper rifle, which he hadn't used for many years. He placed a can on the other side of a valley to test whether he could still hit a target from 3,000 meters away. With one shot, the can shattered. That proved a long-distance assassination was possible. But after being betrayed 3 years earlier, William did everything carefully. Before leaving, he deliberately removed the firing pin from his rifle, and that would later become his trump card. After leaving Bruce with a friend, William flew to the cities where the president was scheduled to give speeches. Using his experience as a professional sniper, he inspected the venues in 3 different cities. In the end, he concluded that only one city had the right conditions for a long-range shot. Baltimore's narrow streets would affect airflow. Washington's dense buildings would limit the shooting space. From the killer's point of view, Philadelphia was the only possible location. It had as many as 6 clear shooting positions, all within effective range. The colonel highly praised William's analysis and used the chance to hint that William should stay at the command post to supervise the operation. After being praised, William lowered his guard. He had no idea he was walking straight into a trap. Everything went according to plan. The speeches in Washington and Baltimore went smoothly. Now only the final stop in Philadelphia remained. The colonel also accepted William's suggestion and prepared all 6 positions in advance. But from his hidden observation post, William sensed something was wrong. With his sharp instincts, he noticed ribbons placed around the podium. If a shooter fired from above, those ribbons could act as wind indicators. He tried to warn the colonel to lock down the church, but the colonel ignored Secret Service procedure and brought in an ordinary police officer instead. The man looked suspicious, and even his holster was not properly secured. But since the president's motorcade had already arrived, William did not continue investigating. What he never expected was that inside the church tower, a sniper rifle was already being adjusted. Based on the time, wind speed, humidity, and the president's position, everything had reached the perfect shooting condition. William realized it too late.
Wind matches the setup. Take them now. Send in the ERT team. Take out the steam.
The moment the gunshot rang out, the speech site fell into chaos. At the same time, the old police officer shot William twice, sending him falling out of the window. In an instant, William went from national hero to the #1 suspect in the attempted assassination of the president. Secret Service helicopters quickly launched a manhunt. With no time to think, William dragged his wounded body and escaped with everything he had. It turned out everything was part of the colonel's conspiracy. The observation post had been completely cleared, and the M200 rifle had been placed on the table as evidence that William was the shooter. After finally escaping the square, William ran into Agent Jack. Seeing that Jack looked slow and inexperienced, William dropped to his knees and pretended to surrender. The moment Jack lowered his guard, William grabbed his gun, flipped him over his shoulder, and took him down.
Give me your keys. I didn't shoot the president. It's Simmons was a setup.
He repeatedly told Jack that he had been framed. Then he took Jack's keys and drove away. But this was only a temporary escape. He had gunshot wounds and could not last much longer. Worse still, the massive manhunt had already blocked most of his escape routes. Luckily, he spotted an automatic car wash. He drove the car into the track, pulled out an emergency clotting pack, and painfully poured it over his wounds. But just as he drove out, the police spotted him again. William slammed the gas and charged through the streets. Just when he was about to break out of the blockade, he crashed into a truck. Every exit was sealed by the police. William had no choice but to take one last gamble. Under heavy gunfire, he forced the car backward into the river. The police searched the water, but found nothing. They thought he had drowned, but they never noticed that William had already quietly escaped by hiding with a sand barge.